person. I'm kind of just a dude. I was just your average, apolitical citizen. So back to my point. I'm a normal person. We, the normal people, because we're just people. I am seriously just a normal person. As I can't emphasize this enough, a normal person. Just a normal person. A lot of other normal people, like me. I am a normal person. I'm a normal person. I'm kind of just a dude. I was just your average, apolitical citizen. So back to my point. I'm a normal person. We, normal people. Because we're just people. I am seriously just a normal person. As I can't emphasize this enough. A normal person.
I know if it's far-fetched to ask, but Russian actors could be continuing to fuel things as this protest grows, but perhaps even instigating it from the outset.
Let's get ready to spread 'em. All right.
Nice.
What do you think?
Perfect.
Yeah. I'll add some more video to get rid of the entire minute countdown, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a drag, but yeah, man. And I'll fuck with that every month or so. Fuck with it and add some new topics and shit. But it's kind of cool, like
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah. So we need a photo shoot. Like, get you out with all your fucking guns or something on a fucking tractor or something.
Let's we can show that shit on YouTube. I don't know.
Get you in the chicken coop with some guns.
With some guns. Yeah.
We'll shoot slow-mo while you shoot a chicken. That's right, black pilled. Chicken's had it coming anyway.
Coming anyway.
Chickens miss their opportunity to fight the woke.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been. We went
days.
last week, eh? Yeah, we went last week.
Oh yeah, no, I think we vlogged earlier in the week, but that wasn't live, so.
No,
Yeah.
but last week, like Friday or Saturday, we had something up, didn't we?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, it was just, imminently forgettable and banal, I guess. So we don't even know when we stream anymore.
Ooh.
But yeah, it was hi everybody. Let's get that chat up. See who's commenting.
Hi,
Allison. Right on the game tonight. That's why I put up that nice 5-minute teaser, is to catch the really good-looking and exciting women.
Jeez.
You know what I mean? Like, get that thing up there, and people have some time to prepare. They can get their drinks ready.
Thanks.
They can get their fifth vaccine ready.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody likes to jab while they're watching SuperSpreaders.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for.
See
But
that
on,
Joe just had COVID again recently, I think after his 7th booster or something, I heard.
God, how many boosters does he have?
Oh, God, I don't know. Is 7 even possible?
No, I don't think so.
That seems high.
But I imagine everybody, those people that like get out of my way, I can't wait to have my booster and then post online about it. They must be at 4.
Well, what are they telling people? Like I don't know. I obviously haven't gotten any, so I don't know what the people who are doing the injections, doctors, nurses, or otherwise, like, what are they telling people? Just come back in 3 months for another one, or are they waiting for someone to say something, or
just kind of fucking wing it, right? I mean, there isn't a thing. That's what kills, I think, those of us who care about this shit. There is no plan. There you go, Trudeau positive. So this is June.
Hey, just tested again. At least I thought.
Yeah, I thought there was a third time.
Yeah, maybe. I could be wrong. Maybe somebody was just making it up. That's possible.
Yeah.
I mean, admittedly, there is a substantial amount of actual fake news out there. So it's,
yeah, right. I mean, always got to be careful.
No.
But catching it twice, and fucking 2 or 3 boosters. I don't know. I just when will it make? When will these fuckers change their minds? I mean, like, it doesn't prevent infection. It doesn't do anything. Yet you have to take it.
How long does this pandemic need to go on for before, like, the average person wakes up? Like, we're already pushing almost double the amount of time of the Spanish flu, aren't we? Got to be getting there.
Yeah, just with
I think it was 2 years. Was it 2 years? I think it was like 18 months or something.
Yeah, with like 10,000th the bodies.
Yeah, but I mean, we've never seen anything like this in the history of mankind. Like viruses lasting for, what's going on into our 4th year. It'll be our 4th year this year coming up, 2023.
Well, we kind of do. I mean, it depends. Like to me, at worst, it's just another flu, right? So I mean, you see flus kind of forever. Just
Oh,
what we've never seen before in human history is making such a big deal out of it.
yeah, well that's ultimately what I'm saying, right? I mean,
Yeah.
we've never seen a global pandemic that required the kind of measures that they've taken for this long duration. You
No,
know?
no, and I mean, the whole idea is pretty patently wild and ridiculous on its face that somehow shutting down the entire world's economy is going to benefit anyone. I mean, it just makes the thing to me is it just makes sense only for if it's fucking, The Last of Us or fucking Walking Dead or something.
Yeah.
By all means, try everything you want if it's fucking zombies are coming to eat my brains out.
Yeah.
But at that point, you don't need government intervention. You're either a zombie or you got a fucking shotgun and shit. The decisions then are easy. Allison says, I heard Canada had to throw away 25 million doses because they went bad. Yeah, we bought so many. We bought enough to dose everyone like 10 times. And this is one of the under-discussed facets of the vaccine really gets underreported and underfocused is that they needed to be held sub-zero temperatures. And then you're seeing that they had to hire like so many people and they're going through these like weird third party, fourth party hiring temp agencies just to get enough people out to jab everyone. And like, you think these fucking morons are like, oh, well, I just took the temperature. It's 2 degrees above normal. We better not give it. No, they're like, all right, it's 7. I'm punched in. Let's go. Who wants this shit?
Yeah.
And Project Veritas has a video of them completely fucking up the lot numbers, and no one knows how they were stored, whether they're good, them giving the wrong batches to people. Like that to me accounts for probably a significant percentage of the side effects.
Right from the get go. I mean, I don't know. I'm a heating guy, right? So I know a little bit about heat transfer, stuff like
Yeah.
that. So I mean, just the fact, I mean, right from the get go that people were walking into pharmacy offices or even their doctor's office to get these shots, like, I mean, they weren't taking them immediately off the dry ice and immediately injecting them into somebody's arm. There was a bit of a lag there, if you know what I mean. And
Yeah.
something that's supposed to be stored at that temperature, as soon as it hits room temperature, it's going to be nowhere near that temperature within seconds. Like, it doesn't take
Yeah.
that long for
No.
heat to transfer and start to warm it up, especially when you've got that large of a difference between something that's supposed to be, frozen to the temperature. What was the temperature again they were storing it at, or supposed to?
Well, I was never quite clear on it, but it's got to be at least like, standard freezer temperatures. But I thought it was lower. Like the shit is transported around in nitrogen.
Yeah, I think it was a lot lower.
It was a
Yeah.
lot lower. But I think
My
it's
point,
got
yeah,
various shelf lives at various temperatures, right?
right. But my point being, if you're taking something that's supposed to be stored at that low a temperature, like if you've got it out in normal room temperature, even for more than 30 seconds, it's that storage temperature goodbye. It's gone.
Yeah, and me as a chef, it's the same idea, right? Like you're on longer time scales, but if you're gonna take some shit out and put it on the counter, clock's ticking. Shit's growing in it.
Yeah.
And for them it's chemical whatever breakdown is happening is the moment it's at the wrong temperature. And this has just been completely ignored other than by a few doctors that I've seen online, but of course they're super spreader dangers. Tetsuo, lots of people were convinced it was that bad. Yeah, well, there you go, man. You watch too much CBC. Yeah, were you aware that the Russians created the Freedom Convoy? I learned that on CBC Tetsuo. That's the nadir of Canadian reporting. That's the lowest Canadian reporting has ever been, is that single moment. I actually found that clip and recorded it, and I keep it on a hard drive just to remember. Allison, how about if it gets to body temperature, Rain? Well, I mean, it's it can't be good. They're highly specific about the temperature on this thing. But then, as time went on, and they bought all these doses, way more than they could possibly get out. They were starting to get. There's no way they could keep them at temperature. So all they did was just change the guidelines. They just changed the rules.
Yeah.
Now, remember, when each of those happened, there were about 3 specific moments where they changed the rules. Now, it's fine at -2. Oh, it's fine at, +5.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's to basically, like, whatever the fuck it is, just stick it into people. They'll love it.
Did they ever give her a clear reason in the first place as to why it needed to be stored at that temperature?
No, I never really looked into the details on that. If anybody in chat knows, then by all means, let's go. But I don't know that. I didn't look into the technical specifics of that. I mean, I remember when this was all going down, I dove as deep as I could. But I mean, it is crazy chemistry, biology shit. Like it is hard to learn how to be a expert in this area. You have to go to school for it. But I mean, the basics make sense, especially as the PCR test was my thing. I went deep on that motherfucker.
Right. Yeah.
Could probably give like a college lecture on it back in like, a year and a half ago.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm getting into arguments with woke. What is the field for these guys? What are they? Biologists? No. Chemists? But guys that use the PCR daily on Twitter, getting into arguments with them, and they're totally all bought in. And I'm arguing with them with technical terms. Sometimes I stuck my foot in the mouth, which was cool. It was a learning process. But at the end of the day, it still came down to like, even these guys, these scientists, they're just running on belief.
At the end of the day, with that, all you needed to tell anybody was that, Kerry Mullis himself fucking said it's not going to work for the way in which you're trying to make it work. Period.
The inventor, the Nobel laureate inventor of PCR tests. Yeah. He's like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Oh, wait, I'm dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry for dying.
But, I mean, if you would think that the guy who designed it, if he's saying it doesn't work that way, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, pretty much, And these guys, just like any argument with any of these people, they just want to drill down into singular words and how you've maybe misused a word. And so, like just go and argue about the tree while the forest grows around you,
Yeah.
Bev Turner, Rachel Gilmore. Oh my God, don't get me started on her.
Who's Rachel Gilmore?
Sure, Global News. Very active on Twitter. Just like a lost cause. An exemplar of everything wrong with journalism in Canada.
Right. I'm fortunate enough that I don't watch the news, so.
Nor do I, but I watch Twitter.
Yeah, I don't watch Twitter either. No.
Yeah, well, healthier man than I. Damn, I lost all my open tabs there.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I had everything lined up and I lost it. Oh, I see what happened. Cancel.
Your updated COVID vaccine ahead of the holidays.
We got to see what Jill Biden has to say.
The most important thing you can do to prepare for your holidays is to get your updated COVID vaccine. And if you get it now, you'll be protected in time for winter holiday gatherings. The most important thing you can do.
Protected how? Protected from what?
I thought Fauci resigned his post.
He's just done. Yeah. He didn't resign. He's retiring.
He's there anyway. Okay. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, damn, bruh. fucking world that we're in. What's really interesting is checking out Musk Twitter. Let me share this shit.
Okay.
We'll see what's up. It's random. It still goes back to kind of woke because they're still on there, but it's really wild to actually take a look at. Is this the right screen? Yeah. So here we go. What's happening? Sports first. Trending. Honk honk. I think in Peterborough, Ontario, there was a big truck thing today.
Okay, so they're still having like smaller versions.
Oh, yeah, there you go. This is the Nazi guy. What the fuck is this? What the hell's that? That's not the same. That's not us. What? I never seen that pic.
No, me neither.
Yeah. I mean, I'm good buddies with all the Nazis that were there, so you'd think I would have known him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, let's see. Transgender is trending. But before we started the stream, I went on and looked at the trending section, and it was all like Twittergate and truckers and World Economic Forum and just like it's very different from before. It was all like fuck Trump and all this stuff.
Right.
It's changing. Twitter's changing massively and quickly.
Yeah. Well, hopefully for the better.
Allison, you can't stand Jill Biden? Dr. Alice Cooper. I guess she's like 80, isn't she? She's doing all right for 80. Yeah, winter holiday. I didn't even stop and think about that. Is that what she said? Holy crap. You know, it's gotten so bad, like in the States, that, you know, before, at least presidents that even weren't practicing deep Christians had to pretend they were. Now it's like, I mean, you remember Biden with the thing? He wouldn't even say God.
Yeah.
Wouldn't even say the word. Winter holiday. Good call, Andy. Good seeing you, man.
Do they even still say God bless America down there, the presidents? Probably not. Maybe.
I mean, that's just deep presidential tradition. I'd have to check, but I imagine he does say the God bless America at the end of his speeches.
Right.
But that's an imagining. I have no idea. Then the thing, bless America.
Yeah. The thing. You know, the
She was the family's babysitter. All right, go, Joe. He must have liked the smell of her hair.
Is that actually true? Well.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Just looking at her, she can't be 80. Indeed. Let's catch up on SuperSpreaders on Twitter. Then we'll do Flipboard. We'll do the new exciting tech that I've figured out.
There we go. Cool.
Yeah, where we can actually look at the comments on Flipboard, which is just a raging shithole. It's like the new Twitter. Maybe everybody's going to end up on Twitter. Hey, there we are. Look at us.
Oh, live?
Yeah. Yeah, seeing how big the delay is and putting... Oh, wow. Delay is like 30 seconds.
Right.
SATURN Day Night Live. Oh, yeah, this is great. Fucking Keith Olbermann. This guy is just diseased. I used to like this guy. He actually spoke truth to power like in the early 2000s. But, you know, I was naive back then. I thought that the guy was smart and wasn't eating the bullshit on Iraq war and stuff like that. And he was a real anti-war kind of guy. And now he's just Trump derangement syndrome gone. So, I mean, you've got the original...
Wasn't he like calling for the unvaxxed to be round up and shot?
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah. He got a real big kind of round out of. He'd get on Twitter and do selfies of him calling anti-vaxxers pussies and stuff.
Right.
Real internet tough guy, just gone. So here, like a journalist puts out breaking: Elon Musk at Twitter, files show Twitter activist employees without basis suppressed and censored the president of the United States in the days before the 2020 election. This is damning evidence of election interference. And Musk said, unequivocally true. The evidence is clear and voluminous. To which Olbermann is, it's time for the Senate hearings into what scheme Elon Musk is up to, what terrorist or foreign influence is involved, and what can be done to remove this public medium from his malign control. Now he's worried that it's a public medium. Now all of a sudden lefties are worried that this is the public square. Now they're worried about it, which is what we've been saying all along. It's basically Associated Press and Reuters, except made by people. And all these broke ass news organizations that used to be fat cats are now like, sucking dick in the alley for money. They can't pay anybody. They have 5 fucking college graduates sitting there scanning Twitter for news articles and headlines. So it's a public square. It influences the world's news. It influences world events. But only now are leftists worried about it. And this is what I don't get about these fucking people. Like, we told you, if you support these policies of censorship, if you support these policies of totalitarianism, they're going to come back and bite you one day. Yeah. So now they're living under the thumb of potentially there's a guy who's going to shut down their Twitter if they're rude or mean. Now they're like, oh, we got to protect the public voice. We got to protect freedom of speech. Holy crap. When are they going to get it?
I don't know. Has Musk actually kicked like any relatively sane person, right or left, off of Twitter?
Not especially. Not especially, no. And if anything, he's more to the left than to the right as far as his actions that he's taken.
Yeah.
But he has reinstated Trump. Right? So, I mean, this is the ultimate crime. Just everything to these people. All there is to them is Trump.
Well, did you see the latest media smear of Trump over his alleged, Constitution remarks? Did you see that?
That's more garbage.
Oh, well, once again, I mean, when, saw the actual tweet that he tweeted and what he said, and it was, he said the exact opposite of what the media was saying. Like, again, like they're just lying.
He's more like, because of the Constitution, we could overturn the election. It's not take away the Constitution.
He didn't even say that. He said that he was referring to the fact that he still thinks the election that was stolen and that laws were broken, including constitutional laws. That's what he said.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with suspending the Constitution or him wanting to get rid of it or.
Yeah, exactly. And it's
any of that.
It's just that these guys, they're so good at it. They're so good at getting their base riled up. I mean, it's like the Don't Say Gay bill. It's like the Don't Say Gay bill. They get these catchy, memey titles for actions that happen from the right and make them sound so disgusting and so unsavory that like it just, feeds right into everybody's hatred and ignorance, and all anybody looks at is a tweet or a headline. And off they go. Oh, Ron DeSantis says you can't say gay. When the legislation's nothing like that at all.
I know. Well, it's just that one. I mean, admittedly, I only looked into it a little bit, so I didn't, dig deep
I didn't spend a lot of time on it either.
But American, Canadian, and it's probably happening globally. Like, I mean, these politicians and media outlets. I mean, it's the lies have gotten so blatant and so obvious. I don't even know. It's mind-boggling to me.
Yeah,
it's absolutely mind-boggling. Well, it's like that bitch talking about, the Russians, apparently setting up the convoy.
That is just like so like that inarticulate, uneducated, ugly woman. It was given the post on the CBC for equity laws, and she's probably like half Eskimo or something. And that now that she's got the Talking Heads point on there, she's going to lunch with fucking CSIS. That's so obviously a CSIS whisper. Hey, we're getting some noise on the channels that they have connections to Russia, eh? And she thinks she's breaking news by making that statement. It's just so lame, to see. And I almost feel bad for her. All right, Andy, see how the MSM hack journalist turned on Matt Taibbi? Yeah, well, they went on him a long time ago, but he's just, put his nail in the coffin here.
What was
This
that?
one, this says it all. Matt Taibbi is the journalist that's through his Twitter. Elon is releasing all the Twitter files. I'm sorry to hear about the upcoming unexpected death of Matt Taibbi. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know anymore, man. It's just
Goofy Rupee and I was representing Super Spreaders that night. We're watching Phil together the other night. That was a blast. Hey guys, glad to see you on again. Got to catch you on replay. Phil and EC were on. We can get all three of them in a mega stream. We're trying, man. We're trying. I mean, we're roughly same size subs. They're the next kind of order of magnitude of actual interaction and stuff on their streams and activities. So we probably feel like a little bit of nobodies to them at the moment. Our subs are the same, but our watch count is a little smaller. But we're trying. Just trying to befriend them and get them on here because they're just like the East Coast version of us, sitting here smoking and drinking and talking shit about Twitter. I don't trust Musk one bit. He wants to put the mark of the beast in people's heads. Well, I don't either. The guy's out for himself. And Whitney Webb and some other people have done some excellent digging into what could truly be his motives for buying Twitter. And everything points towards making Twitter into this giant mega station for like an Amazon killer, YouTube killer, and digital currency platform where the guy would know everything about you, know everything you do. You'd buy everything from him. It's a mirror of his X.com platform that he tried to launch before PayPal. So, I mean, while I applaud what's happening in general, I put no further faith. Know them by their fruits, right? So far, so good. Let's see what he does. I mean,
yeah,
it could be interesting. We're pretty active on Twitter, and he's talking about turning it into a content creation site. It would feel like YouTube and Twitch, and with generous monetization. Okay, sounds cool, but not if it's a friggin' data trap of death that's going to force me to buy things from him for the rest of my life and get neural implants to pay for things.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see. Yeah. So, I mean, but that's saying, know them by their fruits. So far, the fruits are good. It's a hell of a lot better than it was. I mean, the guy is dumping internal emails from Twitter, from the Hunter Biden thing, from the Trump thing. That's
or the weak sauce.
right. I mean, maybe there isn't some kind of, maybe, I don't know. I don't know what else to expect. Internal emails where they're obviously colluding. It's about what I expected, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
They verified that shadow banning exists, something that they told us we were crazy because we suggested that shadow banning exists. That's proven now.
Yeah. I mean, the initial reports on the Hunter Biden laptop stuff was pretty damning. Like a lot of really damning stuff. But once again, I mean, with no evidence to support that what those people were saying was true, then I guess, I mean, was it true? I don't know. Who knows, right?
Well, it's not about the actual details of the story, right? It's about what was done to the story. We haven't even had time to get into the fucking story because they buried it so good.
Right. I guess at the end of the day, after Musk released what he released, I mean, this whole thing just plays out like more theater to me. I mean, that's just what it looks like.
Yeah, right. Especially if he's got other intentions. And I mean, this guy is full on technocrat. He talks about, the dangers of AI and then the future and stuff like that. But he's also actively developing neural links for the brain.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Supposedly to help cripple people and stuff, which is nice, but that's what they always say.
Yeah. Well,
That's what the eugenicists said. And then when you consider that the laptop holds connections to business dealings with Burisma in Ukraine and Ukrainian oligarchs, and then that's now the country that Biden has sent $70 billion to in a proxy war. This is highly, highly important shit. It should have come out. Compared to the daily stuff like, oh, the Trump kids questionable dealings in a hotel in fucking, Morocco or something, like, nothing burgers.
Yeah.
This guy's actually like, yeah, 5% to the big man,
Yeah.
I'll hook you up, bro. And then
Yeah.
I'll do meth and masturbate in a fucking isolation chamber and videotape it. Like this fucking kid, man. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Imagine Joe just must get calls and he's just like, what now?
Right.
What has the fucker done now? And the good son died.
Yeah. Well, the apple usually doesn't fall too far from the tree, as they say. So
yeah, you gotta wonder. But then again, like half my kids are like transgender and shit. So who knows? Maybe I'm transgender.
yeah.
Allison, I feel like people can't digest too much at a time. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah, well, I think kid more in the Italian sense of the word.
Yeah.
This kid, I don't know. He's a little fazool, huh?
Oh, so what else is going on Twitter?
Oh, well, let's roll back up here. I wanted to get that Matt Taibbi Hillary thing up. That was good.
Yeah.
Okay, so we had a rally in. Okay, it plays right in the section here. We had a rally in Vancouver today, a freedom rally, and it started off with a fight.
There's a fight! Oh shit! Yo! Oh, hey! Guys, break it up! Break it up!
Take your mask off. Take your mask off.
Guys, break it up! Break it up! Hey!
This guy spit on him. That guy right there. He's rushed him.
There's a fight! Oh shit!
Good times.
Jeez.
Good times. So, like always, there's a very highly organized protest and rally, and there's a bunch of fucking shit can libs there just fucking trying to mess shit up.
Right.
Yeah, started provoking people, and then when they were getting in like verbal arguments with them on the street, which is fine, then they started spitting on people.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds about right.
The FBI's had that laptop 3 years. Well, this is one of the big something burgers out of the Twitter dump. Is just that the guy in charge of trust and safety at Twitter, which is what decides who's getting shadow banned and who shut down New York Post over the Hunter Biden thing. So having so many meetings with the FBI and Homeland Security that he was running out of fake calendar entries to put into his calendar because his calendar is publicly available.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It was like he's the emails to Twitter staff saying like, "Holy crap, I'm running out of things to call these lunches that don't sound suspicious."
Right.
There's shit in there. I mean, we're on day 3 of dumps from Elon to Matt Taibbi, with more to come. Like, so I mean, this is so, you know, this is not only did they shut down the account, they shut down the full account of the New York Post. So the America's oldest newspaper couldn't post anything. It wasn't just the Hunter Biden shit. They couldn't post the weather.
Right.
And they
Wow.
shut down the press secretary, Trump's press secretary's personal account
Huh.
or official account. So the press secretary for the president couldn't post anything. It wasn't just little bans on account or shadow banning. Like the accounts were suspended. Meanwhile, the laptop goes off to the FBI so they can have a snip at it while they're controlling the story. So I mean, you know, it's the Twitter files. They're more than they seem. There's a lot to go through, and it verifies just about everything that we suspected. Mask dead giveaway of a Fed. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. This is the first time I ever used the clip feature on YouTube. Let's see if we can get a good. There we go. Yeah, yeah. So he's wearing a shirt, which is. See if we can get it here.
Yeah. What is that?
There, it's like a Haida drawing of a fuck you finger.
Okay.
But he's white. You know.
That's supposed to be one of the liberals?
This is the spitter. That's the spitter there.
The guy that was wearing the mask was the spitter?
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course.
Guys! Hey! Guys, break it up!
Yeah, that guy.
Okay. Well,
It's good for him. He got that mask up right away, so he doesn't catch COVID.
wow.
Bev Turner, question: do you think the NWO will achieve their agenda by 2030?
We already have.
In some ways, yes. In some ways, no. I mean, like, what? There isn't a building with a room that is the NWO, right? So there's lots of factions rolling around. I don't know if they'll achieve everything by 2030. The agenda used to be 2020, and it was 2000 before that. They didn't achieve all their goals on either of those. So, you know, there's a lot of noise out there that kind of this COVID thing was a bit of a jumping the gun by some factions amongst the oligarchs. And they're all fighting amongst themselves too. Who knows? The key is that we keep doing shows like this, and we get active. Like, it's you guys are here. Share us with others. Send others to us. We at our level, it's hard to pull in people to actually appear on the show, or we don't know about people that would gladly appear on a smaller show like this. And you guys probably watch some of their videos. East Coast is next. We're gonna get those guys. Yeah, we're gonna get East Coast and Phil on here. I predict no. I mean, 2030. It's only 8 years. They're going to make great gains, and we've got some horrible shit to go through. But I mean,
well, they're doing a bang up job so far, though.
They are, but they got a lot to do. And like I said, 2020 and 2000 and stuff, they didn't get all of them. Probably won't get all of them. They won't get all of us. But I mean, a lot. It rides on us, really. We know all the mandates are coming back. So will we say no? We say we'll say no, but like, I'm in Ottawa. My God, I'm trying to imagine. I got to go to Rexall to pick up a prescription, and they're like, masks, and I'm like, no. I don't know what happens then, right?
Yeah. The biggest problem is probably climate change. I mean, they've got so many people suckered into that that they'll do pretty much anything, whatever they
And they've
tell
got
them.
everything tied into it. Absolutely everything in your life is now climate change.
Yeah.
I mean, God, they had
So it's going to be even harder to wake people up to that than it was the COVID scam, I think.
yeah, because climate change is so deep. It's so deep.
Well, it's existential at this point. I mean, it is. Like of course the climate changes. It changes every fucking day. And yet, so you know what I mean? like to try to get the average person to wrap their heads around it being some kind of a hoax,
Yeah.
that's going to be near impossible, I think.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, it happened to me. For the first few years. I thought climate change was the deal, and the giant conspiracy was from the corporations, which is how the far left thinks about it now. Even
Right.
though the funding for all this shit comes from those corporations, they somehow think that I don't know. They just don't notice when all the ads that they're hit with all the time, and all the articles, and everything's funded by giant corporations, including gas companies, about how awful climate change is. They just don't notice. It's like everything. They just don't notice that.
To be
that
fair
they
to
had,
you,
yeah.
to be fair to you, though, I mean, you bought into it more back in the day when maybe
Like 80s.
maybe when I more did as well, but that was more pollution related talk, like,
Yeah.
well, let's go after the polluters so we're not pumping all this crap into the atmosphere and yada, 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 and that shit. But I mean, as soon as they shifted it to this carbon footprint crap, where it basically came down to blaming your fucking neighbor over any of these big corporations like DuPont or something, like, come on,
Well,
like
yeah. And
the
that's,
media was like, this is bullshit.
you hit the nail on the head. So I mean, that's why you and I were positive towards it at first, because it seemed to be growing from this. I mean, this coming out of like the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s of just barfing pollution into everything, and uncontrolled devastation of the environment by greedy corporations, is where we all sat. So the climate change thing's coming along, and it's like kind of like, yeah, see what you assholes are doing. Excuse me. And it made sense. But looking into the actual science, it quickly became evident after a few years, like, hey, hold on, this isn't quite right. And then, as you said, it's all been co-opted into carbon. And now all the kids of this generation, and probably the last, are just like us, except they didn't bust through. So the same principles that make you go, let's fuck these corporations, is stop pollution. We want a clean world. We don't want fucking toxins in the rivers. All that's been co-opted now by carbon, and kids don't know anything about pollutions. They don't know who's polluting where. They don't care. Just what's your carbon? What's your carbon? Let's do the carbon.
Yeah.
So, and that's the true evil about it.
Well, nobody understands as well, right? Like, what are you even talking about when you say carbon footprint? Like,
I know. I mean, none of it makes any sense. They've done some like Excel spreadsheets to figure out what carbon you're outputting, and then you got to match that, and then you got to pay taxes on it, and it's absolutely bonkers. It's a fucking genius, though. I mean, I gotta admit, fucking genius.
Yeah, that. That's why they're. That's why I think they're going to achieve their agenda. Maybe not by 2030, but maybe sooner.
Yeah,
maybe
might turn into 2050 or something. But
oh god, we'll all be dead by 2050.
Right. Well, we'll have to see. I don't know. I hold on to my gray pill.
I'll be dead by 2050.
My pill is gray, so I hold on to it a bit. Rain, will you do a bit of checking out the comments for a section? I got to powder my nose.
What do we got going on here?
Yeah, man.
Where are we? Where did you leave off?
We need to. Andy was up with Podesta. That's the campaign manager for Hillary Clinton. That's the
Yeah.
last comment there. All right, BRB.
The niece of Podesta just resigned from that trust and safety department, the one that fails when it comes to child exploitation. Yeah, well, Podesta's quite the piece of work. I mean, I can't believe anybody from in his lineage is working in anything involving child exploitation. That seems kind of like an oxymoron. Find out, and I saw that. Yeah, what was going on with that? I don't know. I'll have to ask engineer when he gets back if he knows anything about that. I'm not sure. Of course, engineer controls all the stuff, so I can't control any of that. We're going to get into some Flipboard articles here when he gets back and see what else is going on there. But either way, yeah, let's just go back to Bev because she had a good question. Hard to say. Yeah, NWO, I mean, maybe more World Economic Forum, in their agendas. They seem to be, full steam ahead with most of them. And a lot of people are capitulating, unfortunately. So we'll see what happens. I mean, they're just, it's an all-out onslaught globally on everything, whether it's the farms in the Netherlands. Or watching on East Coast stream earlier there, had up that article about the Netherlands government going to be shutting down or closing 3,000 farms. There's only, in 2017, I think he said there was only 10,700 farms. So that's like almost a third of the farms are going to be shut down. I mean, that's not going to be good. They're attempting to do the same thing in Canada with these fertilizer bans. So, I mean, that's going to have an effect for sure. Prices on everything are already through the roof. I mean, I can't imagine, being older, and running a business. I do all right financially, but I don't even know how people out there are getting by these days, unless you're making 6 figures a year. Cost of everything is just crazy. So, I mean, that's what they do, right, Bev? So, I mean, they'll just continue to squeeze everybody to the point where they're asking for solutions, and then the government's got them, and people are going to lap this shit up. That's the way. That's the Hegelian dialect. That's the way they've always done it, and they're continuing to do it that way. And I don't know. It's more and more people have to wake up, and if anything, just opt out. Just don't play the game. But we'll see. I don't know.
It does. It is us. I mean, it is too many of us. So all these kind of schemes always rely on us just being like, okay, So I don't know. Like, we'll see, Allison. Guess I'll fuck around and find out next time they put the mandates on. It's gonna be tricky here, right? Remember, peace movements. No one is against war. It seems. Yeah, isn't that funky? Where now we should, this will be a good segue into getting the Flipboard going. So we're doing new tech tonight, people. This is exciting stuff. If you're into that kind of thing. I'm just actually sharing my phone, which is pretty rad. You guys have to admit. Let's see. Movie recording, share. Oh, of course it doesn't work.
Of course it doesn't work.
Damn.
Technical difficulties.
Always. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Oh.
Present, share, window, movie recording. Voila! Welcome to my phone. So Flipboard. This is SuperSpreaders Flipboard here. Super exciting. It's a really cool app. I think honestly it took off because it has this flip mechanic. And it's just a news aggregator, and you end up getting all sorts of stuff in here from stuff, and you can fine tune it over time. You eventually get more of the stuff that you want and less of the stuff that you don't, although you always get the mainstream. Oh! Do I have a shady connection? There we go. Okay. Interesting. All right, new tech, everybody, bear with me. So let's go. Rex Murphy. For the Americans down there, Rex Murphy is really cool. I think he's a Newfoundlander.
Yes.
Getting old now, but he always had a spot on. He was on CBC, right?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, and nightly news, and he'd get a spot, and he's a crotchety old Newfoundlander, super smart, and would give more of the conservative viewpoint on CBC every night, our nightly news. Of course, now he's been relegated off to the side like some kind of demon, and he has to write in the National Post, which is center right ish.
Yeah.
So the only thing we've got in Canada, pretty much. The Sun media newspapers are kind of like Murdoch ish, and the National Post was created by what's his name, Conrad Black, who's like, why does it do this? Why? Okay, I guess it's like going to sleep or something. So Rex Murphy, the Hunter Biden story should make us think twice about censorship. It makes very good arguments about that. But the reason I'm sharing my phone is because Flipboard does have web capabilities, but you can't see the comments. So I use Flipboard to basically take the temperature of crazy leftoids. And it's just wild, the stuff that you run into. And you can see here, and we got a few fans on here, Rain? Yeah, we got some real stalkers. We got one guy that's got at least 3 accounts that we've counted so far, and he follows us on all of them. He's dedicated to just solely trolling us night after night, article after article. Trying to see what's good on here.
Yeah, what was that one you were showing me earlier? Was it this one?
This might be a good one. So, BBC did an in-depth investigation. Verifies, according to them, deaths of 10,000 Russian troops in Ukraine. Now, we got to remember BBC is going to want to come up with the biggest number they possibly can come up with. So, keep that in mind. But this is just, starting 2 months ago, I was getting in arguments on propaganda articles like this from people who were telling me, I'll just read my headline for this. This one's for all the morons who were vehemently insisting that over 2 months ago, Russia had over 100,000 troops killed, when they hadn't even committed that number of troops to the whole thing yet. Even the BBC, who would love to find the biggest number possible, said it's 10,000 to date. This is why you must question the daily headlines and perhaps abstain from getting all pissy about people like me telling you the truth. Now, I had articles like they'd post some Ukrainian bullshit that there's 15,000 Russian troops dying a day, and they're like, yeah, die, comrade Ivan, die, bastards, and stuff. And I'm just like, sorry, have you sat and thought about this? The numbers can't be true. This can't make sense just like at a mathematical level. And they're like, Comrade Ivan, are you enjoying your borscht and stuff? This is the most bigoted people. Hey?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What were the comments good on that one?
Which one? The 100,000?
Yeah.
I didn't I got some on the original, not on ours.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so there we go. This is the one that New York Post. We already covered that. There we go. This is a big thing right now. So, Virginia restaurant denies service to conservative group. Wasn't okay when it was the wedding cake. Remember the wedding cake?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's okay.
Okay, because they're anti same-sex marriage stands, right?
Well, yeah, right. I mean, yeah, the Christians not serving the gay wedding cake is violence against everyone. But this restaurant somehow found out that the party's with a quote unquote conservative group and refusing them food.
Yeah.
Like, what
That's
the fuck?
ridiculous. 'Cause, I mean, it wasn't that long ago, maybe 20 years. I don't know. That, people could have these opposing viewpoints and nobody got, quote unquote triggered like they do now,
Yes.
Nobody's ever going to agree on everything. Like somebody is always going to be being discriminated against, period, in some fashion or form. Like it's just the nature of our reality. But
Well,
I mean,
that's what became strange, right? And you know what really changed that was the anti-bullying movement. That set the tone for everything that we're experiencing right now. It seems so innocent and so nice,
yeah.
but right off the bat, I was like, hey, wait, hold on a second. Do you think you're going to get rid of bullying?
Yeah.
This is just human nature.
Yeah.
Sucks, but as well,
Not condone it, but I mean, it's
I don't condone it, but coming out the other side of it, getting through being bullied is part of making you stronger.
yeah.
There are limits, of course, it depends on what you're calling bullying, but this whole idea that the slightest bit of bullying is somehow like a criminal offense, it's led to all of this other language where speech is violence, that my post about a trans man running in women's sports is somehow going it's going to create a holocaust of trans or something. It all stems from that anti-bullying movement. That was genius, guys. Well done. I'll give you that.
Yeah, crazy.
This is off topic, but I'm beginning to think that SATURN did break on through and let the demons in. Just a thought. Well, have you ever watched that opening ceremony at SATURN? You ever seen that, Rain?
Well, I don't know if I saw the opening ceremony, but don't they have like a 666 statue of some sort on the lawn?
I don't know. I haven't seen that, but there's this whole like dancing ceremony they did in Switzerland and shit when they were opening the particle collider, and it's like, what the fuck? It's like uber satanic.
Yeah, well, I've seen at least one conspiracy theory suggesting that they actually did do something in around 2012 or shortly thereafter, and now we're completely living in an alternate timeline and shit. Like just everything's gone wonky. Right?
Yeah, that they like opened a rift.
Yeah. But trust me, people, shit was already pretty bad long before 2012. People weren't paying attention like some of us were.
Yeah.
You
Let's see. I found I'm gonna switch the share here. I found a video of it. The full ceremony. Shit. Open for satanic highlights.
So these are actually CERN employees? Or are these
this would be like some giant production company.
Okay.
Absolute total professionals.
Okay.
But like fucking millions spent just on this.
The question that immediately comes to mind is why? Like,
why do this? Yeah. Like do you think like the fucking nuclear physicists are like, I can't wait for the show? They're like, no, they're like at home doing math and listening to like, Mozart or something.
Yeah. What is this? This is
it's all demons and shit. But this is all for the EU people, it's all for politicians and stuff. I don't think I'll leave this playing in the background. It's an hour long. I'm gonna leave it playing in the background. This is too good. Look at this shit. What does this have to do? Oh, I'm a quark. Oh no, I'm an anti-quark. Run.
Wow.
Like, what are they doing?
Yeah, we got the dude, the The satanic dude there with the horns. What's
Oh,
that
Allison,
thing?
feel better.
What's that thing called again?
The meat hook?
No, that stupid dude with the horns. He's got a name.
Bale?
Is it Bale? Maybe.
Oh, yeah, maybe. The horned.
Is he the horned demon god, whatever the fuck? Yeah.
Yeah, Bev, I don't know. It's kind of like words I live my life by. If people can say shit as long as they don't fucking take it to heart. Who cares? Andy, this is the opening ceremony for the particle collider.
Yeah.
It's like obviously a multi-million-dollar spectacle with like actual crazy production company values. Like this is movie expensive. And like I say, you think Roger Penrose gave a shit about this?
Yeah.
So it's like, to me, it's like these assholes in European Parliament sending each other fucking satanic messages.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly what it is. I mean,
You're welcome, Bev.
fully.
Yeah, it's just so bizarre and dark. So, I mean, like, we're supposedly opening up a particle collider to figure out the keys to the universe, and they're putting on this, like, bizarro, weird, almost overtly satanic ritual for it.
Exactly. The question becomes, what does any of this have to do with a particle collider?
Well, maybe it's like fucking Hellraiser, dude. Like, maybe these guys are this excited about it because it is going to open a fucking portal.
Yeah. Well, exactly. I mean, that's the point. That's kind of what I'm.
Yeah. Like, maybe they go in there at 4 a.m. with their people and they get their shit done for real. Put in their fucking Elon Musk Neuralinks and fucking hook up to the fucking Stargate, and who knows? Love you too, Allison. Get better.
Bunch of dead trees.
Yeah, it's also horny and fucking weird. And this isn't even the one I was thinking of. The one I saw was outdoors in Switzerland.
Right.
Yeah, this is another thing. Look at that. Everybody's got fucking devil horns and shit. Like, what the fuck has this got to do?
Lamb to the slaughter.
Let me see here. So, context provided by YouTube. The New World Order is a conspiracy theory. Gothard Tunnel. Okay, sorry guys. I did misinformation.
Oh,
I should be banned immediately. This is the opening of a tunnel in Switzerland.
Oh God.
Yeah. I swear to God, there was one for the opening ceremony of CERN or something like that. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Satanic CERN opening ceremony.
For a tunnel?
See if I can find this.
Tunnel to where? Still weird.
Tunnel to 2030.
Tunnel to 2030. Yeah.
Okay, so let me see here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
share this instead.
Is this it? You sure?
What you're about to see is the workers in a zombie.
No, this is the same one.
Trance. It's pretty.
So I don't know why I associated CERN with it.
Oh,
maybe
it says right there, satanic CERN.
It says that. It says satanic CERN opening ceremony. The question: extremely disturbing, crazy videos. Videos of ceremony, the opening of the Switzerland Gothard base tunnel. So it's the same thing. They got the same pictures, but it's titled with CERN. So I don't know. I came across this a long time ago. So we'll have to see. Have to see what the connection to CERN is, if there is one. I mean, the CERN is the size of like several large cities, so like, Some weird ass shit. It's probably fucking orgy time after all this.
Yeah, I don't know. Wow.
Fucking pricks.
Okay, so maybe it's a Shiva statue that's adorning the lawn on CERN.
Yeah, you found something?
Well, just the statue thing that I talked about. I couldn't remember what it was, but I knew it was, yeah, so I guess it's Shiva.
Right.
But Shiva's like the Hindu god of destruction, isn't she?
Oh, got the Pope. What the fuck is even happening?
I don't know.
And there's a dude dressed as a girl.
I feel like I've been Mandela effect all of a sudden.
Yeah. Well, I just got it. I thought this was CERN.
Yeah.
Some weird shit. Fuck, man, they're so weird. Such a weird bunch. And they think they're gonna win and excel by like making themselves more powerful, and everything's just about me, and this is why I stay gray pilled, not black pilled. Because I know they're wrong. They'll end up destroying themselves. But I don't know, it might entail like 100 years of suffering for us, right?
Yeah, well, they might take all of us with them. You know?
That's right. Yeah, and they could also just, especially with nukes nowadays, could just take us all. Oh, wait for me, I have red hair. I can leap. Oh, shit. I just gobbed all over my new Apple keyboard.
Huh?
One sec. Just watch all the red hairs for a sec.
Pretty crazy, whatever this is. Like you have to think when looking at something like this, there's so much symbolism going on here.
Yeah.
And the vast majority of it I don't recognize, but I at least recognize that it must be symbolic of something.
Yeah.
So who exactly is this aimed at?
Who are they talking to?
Who are they talking to?
Yeah, because it's not me.
No.
Not good old Christian Switzerland.
Yeah. This isn't like watching a Christmas Day parade where you see the floats go by and you can relate to everything that you're seeing. I can't relate to anything I'm seeing in this. Like what the fuck is this all about?
Oh God, Angela Merkel.
Yes. Merkel.
Speaking of Satan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a crazy video that the East Coast had on there tonight, that commercial. I wonder who made that.
That was so good. Yeah. I even asked in chat, but we had to start up, so I didn't see it. Man, that was good.
It's like I almost wondered.
Here's the outdoor portion. So yeah, it gets weirder here.
Okay, so this is CERN then, or?
I don't know what the connection is or if there's a connection. I don't know if that's some fake news shit. God, this is tens of millions of dollars. We're opening a bridge. It's like, how much did the bridge cost, guys? Like, do you want to just like break a bottle of champagne against it or something?
Yeah. Yeah, the Enterprise didn't even get this kind of fanfare.
Yeah. Look at this shit. Literal goat head. Oh, they got the Ricola.
Well, when I see stuff like that, it always amazes me, right? Because I mean, even even people who aren't religious know. I mean, everybody knows by now that the goat head symbolism is Satan symbolism. Like,
everybody knows just through like good.
Whether you buy into it or not.
Yeah,
to me, is irrelevant.
Just good horror movies.
Yeah, well, that'd be the same as trotting out like child porn on these fucking. Like, everybody knows this is wrong. Why are you showing? Why is this in your production?
And they're all coming out of this gateway. Like, what the fuck?
It doesn't need to be there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Unless intentionally put there for a specific group of people to find pleasure in, or meaning, or understanding, or something. So
that's my first reaction. I'd love to see. I'd love to look at the. What are they doing? I'd love to look at the printed materials for this. You think that they must have felt like it's fucking actual goat too. Like that's not fake. That's an actual head. Oh.
Well, the point.
What the fuck?
Well, it was funny, right? And this was years ago, 2014, 2015-ish, somewhere around there, when I'd watched a whole bunch of videos on like satanic symbolism and stuff, and part of it was like relating it to the music industry, right? Like music videos and stuff. And so part of me was like, okay, this is, it's a little weird seeing these repeated patterns all the time, but is there anything here? I'm not sure. And then it wasn't shortly after that, like that year's Grammys came on.
Yeah.
And literally every performer, well, maybe not every performer, but all the big ones, like the Taylor Swifts and the rest of them, when they came up to do their song, all that same symbolism that was there. And it was there to the point where I literally predicted it before it happened. I'm like, okay, and the next person to come on, we're going to get the butterfly wings now in this one. And then the next one, it'll be like the 13 steps or whatever it is. The next one will be like the black and white checkered floorboard. And sure as shit, man, they all had it. And I'm just like, how is this possible? Like, there's got to be millions of different designs and set designs they could use. Why do we always continually see these 3, 4, 5 different symbolic gestures? Like,
what were you going on that you were able to predict it?
Well, just the fact that I'd watched these previous videos about guys, different people pointing this out, saying, here's what they always do. Like, these are all satanic, and calling them all satanic symbolism, right? Like the black and white checkered floor, butterfly wings, the fuck else was it? Like the amount of steps that they walk up and down. It's like a Freemason thing or something, And so, I mean, yeah, on the surface, so on the surface, maybe it seems a little bit silly, but then when you see them doing it time and time and time again, and then me watching it happen live and being able to predict it happening, just as a lark, I wasn't trying to do it seriously. I was just doing it as a joke, but I ended up shocking myself because it happened. It happened.
All right, we're going to rewind a bit here. We got bunny goat. This is something else. Holy shit.
So bunny goat.
And penetration. What the actual fuck is going on?
Ricola's going on. That's what's going on.
Yeah. She must have had some congestion. Look at this. This is fucking dirty shit. I want to say nice butt, but it might be a guy. I don't want to get in that thirst trap. All right.
Oh
man, I spilt my J Special all over my fucking seat. My good track pants. Holy shit. The big head dudes.
I mean, somebody knows what's going on,
Yeah. What the fuck? All right, your tax dollars at work, Switzerland.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, I think we can call it a night for now. We did an hour and a bit. And
Yes.
we'll come back. I got to look at the schedule. Friday or Saturday, one of the two.
Yeah.
Put that in your calendar, guys, as Friday or Saturday.
Oh, we got
East Coast Canadian. Yo, what's up? Did you just finish up over there? We were watching you going into the stream.
Yeah.
We're watching a lovely little family ceremony for the opening of a bridge in Switzerland. You've probably seen this. Yeah, out in the open is their way. Yeah, they I think they get off on showing their shit right in front of us.
Totally.
Yeah, East Coast, hour and a half or two is pretty good. You were on for a while, I think. You were on for an hour and a half or so.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys do good work over there. Very watched you guys rise while we were rising as well. The Freedom Convoy and stuff. We got a big bump from the Freedom Convoy. And you guys just stream relentlessly. Really enjoyed watching your movie too.
Yeah, that was funny.
Didn't know you guys were so ambitious.
That's good. Well, I'd seen some of the earlier ones that he did, like even a year or two ago, and they were great. Especially shout out to your daughter. She's top notch. Every time you show her doing anything, she's hilarious. She's hilarious.
Oh, no kidding, right? I mean, I don't go out without my double horns.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great, man. I'd love to see what happens in the future like that. From that, I'd love to see a man. I don't want to see you go mega budget, but a few more bucks and really good editor. You guys could really make something really flashy and really funny. Because the script was great.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Bev. Thanks for making us more paranoid, Bev. I was just starting to relax, and then you came along. And this just in, Shark Week is racist.
Shark Week is racist. Well, they are great whites after all. So
the great whites, the superior white shark. From CBC. Thank you, CBC. Our tax dollars at work.
Is that what they're actually saying? I can't read it. It's pretty small.
Yeah. This is cbc.ca. Let's take an actual look.
Shark Week is racist. Oh my
Shark
God.
Week is too many white men is prone to fear-mongering. Study. Discovery Channel's annual series also plays up fears of the sea creatures, many of which are endangered.
Like CBC never fear-mongers. Ever.
Oh, no, never. Never. They report honestly and truthfully on things like, the protesters and everything is racist except actual racism. Well, they get to do the actual racism.
Yeah.
That's the great part about it. Great white privilege. Yes, indeed. And this just in, Ontario Hospital considers hiring unvaccinated nurses, healthcare workers to combat staffing shortage.
Yeah, well, maybe if you hadn't fucking fired them all in the first place.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah,
there's a shortage. It's just like the fucking gas shortage and the fucking rising prices. It's just like, oh, what's happening to us? Oh, I guess it's inflation. Oh, there's a healthcare shortage. It's like you fired them all. And then for the food prices, gas prices, you put sanctions on Russia. Like, fuck. These people, just the fucking disconnect.
A complete disconnect.
Yeah. The down. Everybody here who hasn't followed Petrified COVID Parent yet, dude, this is one of the best fucking Twitters in history. This guy or girl or whatever they are is just great. Everything bad that happens in this country is because of Stephen Harper and the unvaccinated.
Oh, so this person's serious?
No, not even remotely.
Okay, so this is just
Yeah.
like a satirical thing then, or
Total satire.
okay, cool.
Yeah,
All right.
he pops into all these fucking big Twitters and it's like, oh, obviously that's because of the unvaccinated. And my children woke up with the sniffles this morning, so I've offered them Maid. The whole fucking streams like that, and the best is when he pops into everybody, Trudeau, everybody's fucking feeds, just like this is it's because you're not wearing enough masks or whatever. He's fucking great.
I stand with ISIS.
Yeah, he's great. Christmas is transphobic. Yeah, it's one of the people that makes Twitter worth it.
I'll take a couple of rusty knife beheadings over Trudeau in the next election. There we go.
Christ. And Defiant L's on Twitter.
Yeah,
Holy fuck. That's just a one-man masterclass in just owning the hypocrisy of these wackos. East Coast, Trudeau went from blaming Harper to blaming extremists. The extremists are the regular citizen. I know, right? It's like, whoa, hey, hold on. You're being a bit extreme there, right?
Oh, fuck.
So let's get back to the profile. Where were we? We got sidetracked by petrified COVID parent. And we already did Jill Biden. Everything about this tweet is wrong. The Russian army is losing on the battlefield against Ukraine's soldiers, so Putin has ordered them to attack Ukrainian civilians instead. Any honorable soldier would be embarrassed to carry out such attacks against... Okay, so that last sentence is not wrong. An honorable soldier would be embarrassed to carry out. Yeah. But all of this is... Where did you find this? How do you know that? Professor of Political Science, Director of Freeman Spogli Institute and Hoover Senior Fellow at Stanford, U.S. Ambassador to Russia under Obama. Like, what, dude? They're losing? How and on what measure are they losing? And then ordered to attack Ukrainian civilians. This is the story they're building up because Russia is bombing the power. But this is what every country does in every war.
Yeah.
America did it probably under him to Syria.
Yeah.
Yeah. They sure as fuck did it to Iraq and Afghanistan. I mean, it's the first thing you do. So, yeah, always fun. And then good old Guardian revealed, everybody is sitting down, revealed group shaping U.S. nutrition receives millions from big food industry. Oh my God. Like, mind blown. My answer, try this next, Guardian. Quote unquote, this just in, doctors and media influenced by billions in funding received by Big Pharma.
Yeah. Well, that's already happening. I mean, that's a given.
Well, that's it. But I mean, where is the Guardian's reporting on any of the ties between
That's what I mean, it's in your face. Like, I mean, especially in the U.S., like whether it's CNN or ABC or whatever the fuck. I mean, everything they do is sponsored by Pfizer. Everything.
Yeah. Well, you got to love that's sponsored by Pfizer reel.
Like how
it's the best, and they show every network, including Fox, and everything is just sponsored by Pfizer. Brought to you by Pfizer.
Like, oh God, like what are they going to say when that seems to be the majority of their funding? You know, like, oh God,
it is a significant amount, and at levels where, at the kind of level of ad buys where they'd be upset if they lost Pfizer, right? They'd be upset if they lost these big companies. So these companies end up having a say in what gets presented on the news. And that Guardian's perfectly happy to reveal that, well, fucking 40 years too late. Thanks, Guardian. You know, like, I've been following people for ages that have been telling us about this, that these national societies for diet and health are just completely on the fucking take, and don't listen to them. But that's, quackery,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But now even the Guardian's fucking admitting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kyle Rittenhouse. You go, brother. Keep doing your shooting practice.
Trying to find L's.
Oh, did I get to him? Finally.
Yeah.
So that one
So this is what-
is... Where's the actual? There we go. So there's the original tweet from this Dworkin. There were no election deniers at my Thanksgiving dinner. You? And then Defiant L's like, so it was just you at the dinner. Because he dug up from, what is that?
2017.
5 years ago. Yeah. The entire election is invalid. These guys just fucking just do whatever they want. They can say whatever they want. Nothing has to be consistent. Nothing has to make any sense whatsoever.
No.
So they don't have to actually hold any values. East Coast, do you have any values? Do you have any left? Are you black pilled? Are you gray pilled? Are you white pilled? I'm always curious watching your shows. You seem a bit like me. You'll get really black pilled for a while and then maybe pull back a bit.
No.
I don't know.
I think he's more like me. I think he's just fully black pilled.
Yeah, well, watching just that bit tonight, I mean, he's just like, oh, we're fucked.
Well, I know. Laugh about it, but it's true.
Well, I mean, that's the struggle, right? I've been sitting here trying to figure out when bug out time is. It's probably 11 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I don't know that there's anywhere that's going to be safe. Canada. I mean, and I've said it before. I'll say it again. I mean, not that Poilievre's going to potentially be any kind of a savior, but I mean, he's got to be at least better than Trudeau.
It's going to be a little pump on the brakes.
Yeah, a little pump on the brakes, maybe. Buy us a bit more time.
Yeah.
But I mean,
just like
happen if Trudeau wins the next election. Oh my God! I mean, there's going to be no Canada left. Nothing like we remembered anyway.
And the thing is, with only one conservative party and like 4 liberal parties, he's just got to barely fucking win. He's just got to get his nose just slightly past the post. And he's Trudeau, and he's the fucking king again for another 5 years. Because they'll make another deal, and he'll be undumpable. Yeah. Just like he is now. Like, he's undefeatable. Even though he barely fucking won. He's undefeatable.
Yeah.
Bop.
Yeah, I'm going to be real curious to see what happens with this gun deal.
Yeah, exactly, Andy. So getting especially getting a Poilievre in now, and just like I said with Musk, there's no cult personality. It's just anybody that comes in. I would have been happy to see the last 2 idiots that were running the Conservative Party get in. It's just you get at least they're fucking like they got to do something slightly conservative.
Yeah.
For a week or something. They just got to pump the brakes somehow on this madness.
Yeah.
So I don't support the Conservative Party anymore, and I really don't. Poilievre seems a bit of a breath of fresh air. It's what they should have been doing the last 12 years.
Yeah.
But then again, he's just kind of regular PPC. We're all up in the Max Bernier and the People's Party of Canada. That guy actually just daily says stuff on Twitter where I'm just like, yes, yes, bro, finally, But even in the best scenario, he won't be in any kind of power for a decade.
Yeah.
So for now get the PPC in there, and I mean the CPC in there. Just pump the brakes, because Trudeau is just, I mean, we saw it. He just declared himself king, and the guy he doesn't face any consequences for anything that he does.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the whole machine's rolled along so far that it's like unassuming, gentle, kind of nerdy leader of the opposition party dares to ask him questions, and we're already getting the headlines up here about fucking Trump, Canadian Trump, and he's a racist and white supremacist and all this shit, just because he dares to ask questions during question period, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's good. He has my support, not my vote, but my support. Just because he's not Trudeau and he's not one of these freaky liberal parties.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
we're gonna call her. East Coast. Talk to Bill. Let's do something. Let's do a stream or something. You guys got the same thing going on. We're on Ottawa and Yukon, smoking butts and having a beer and talking about daily events with 2,000 subs, and you guys are on the East Coast having a beer, smoking butts with 2,000 subs. Let's do a stream sometime, man.
Yeah, for sure. Fun.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna set a schedule. We'll post when we're gonna be on next. Should be next Friday, or maybe this SATURN Day Night Live thing, and we can watch Bacchanalian Swiss satanic dance videos on Saturday. Saturn Day on the day of Saturn.
Yeah. Satan Day.
That's right. You know it.
Alrighty. Cool.
All right. Yep. Thanks everyone for coming out. We'll see you guys next week.
All right.
Bonsoir.
Later.